Scorpio, what if I told you that this Tuesday is not just another day, it's a sacred turning point that has been written into your divine timeline long before you ever questioned your purpose? You didn't land on this video by accident. You're here because the universe has a message for you, one that carries the potential to shift everything. According to your cosmic blueprint, something shocking is coming your way, and it will arrive this Tuesday. This is not a symbolic event. It is literal. It is energetic. And it is entirely orchestrated by divine timing. You see, on November 4th, a powerful astrological alignment takes place, one that activates your second house of value and resources, while Pluto, your ruling planet, forms a rare trine with Jupiter, the great expander. These aren't just planets shifting. These are energetic forces rearranging your reality to place you exactly where your soul has prayed to be. Whether you're conscious of it or not, you've been in a long season of spiritual formation, carrying burdens in silence, showing strength when no one was watching, and holding faith in the unseen. But now the heavens are ready to respond. If you've been sensing a build-up, a strange stillness before something big, or feeling like you've been on the edge of something you can't quite define, that's because you are. The shift is real. The vibration is rising. And Tuesday marks the divine intersection where past perseverance meets future provision. Scorpio, this is your invitation to awaken not just to information, but to your own transformation. You're not just watching this video to be entertained or mildly inspired. You're here because your soul already knows what's coming. Your intuition has been whispering it in dreams, signs, repeated numbers, and strange synchronicities that seem too specific to be random. And that's because they aren't. You are being prepared to receive a spiritual inheritance, and this inheritance may arrive in unexpected form: a financial contract, a career opportunity, a message from someone you thought was long gone, or even an internal revelation that realigns your path. The universe is preparing to release what was once withheld, not because you weren't worthy, but because your heart needed to expand in order to hold the magnitude of the blessing. So stay with me. We're only getting started. In the next sections, I'll show you how this astrological opening is mirrored in the tarot with the sun, how your emotional past is being cleared to make space for new love, and how you can prepare spiritually, energetically, and practically to receive what is already yours. But before we go further, let me pause and thank you truly. Thank you for being here. Your presence isn't taken for granted. Every like, every comment, every share, every time you subscribe brings you deeper into the heart of this soul-led community we call Miracle of the Sign. Your support makes it possible for us to share these messages with those who need them most. And believe me, dear Scorpio, you will want to stay with me through the very last moment of today's reading, because what the universe is about to reveal is nothing short of miraculous. If you feel the resonance in your spirit, if the words you're hearing are awakening something deep within, I encourage you to comment below and say, "I am ready to receive what belongs to me." Let that be your affirmation, your energetic contract, your declaration of readiness. Because when you speak it, you begin to embody it. Now, let's begin this sacred unfolding together. Scorpio, this week is unlike any other, and the energy building toward Tuesday is not only visible in the stars, it's unfolding through everything you've been feeling beneath the surface. As the moon moves through your second house, the realm of value, possessions, and self-worth, it brings light to areas of your life that have felt stagnant, heavy, or undefined. And yet, what makes this particular window so rare and spiritually charged is the precise trine between Pluto, your ruling planet, and Jupiter, the great amplifier of blessings. This is not a coincidence. It's a cosmic convergence that rarely happens with such impact, and it's happening in your chart right now. The flow between these two planetary forces unlocks the gates of breakthrough, not just materially, but emotionally and energetically. You might already feel it. Something subtle, but undeniable. Perhaps it's the pressure you've carried silently beginning to shift. Or the small signs, repeated numbers, forgotten dreams returning, the same song playing when you needed a message most, nudging you toward awareness. These are not random. They are divine signals echoing through the atmosphere, reminding you that something greater is moving into place. And for you, Scorpio, it arrives as a door being opened, a threshold that invites you to step fully into a new state of being. That door? It's what I call Gate 11, a metaphysical portal in the energy field where multiple frequencies align to release breakthroughs in love, money, and inner clarity all at once. It's a rare corridor in the cosmic matrix, and the dates surrounding November 4th are charged with this exact alignment. For those spiritually attuned, this period brings an acceleration of what you've long held in prayer or whispered in solitude. Everything that was slow begins to move. Everything that was blocked starts to breathe. It's not that your miracle wasn't coming, it was being prepared to meet you at your highest capacity to receive it. In the language of tarot, the card that rises now is the Suna, radiant symbol of rebirth, joy, and divine clarity. It doesn't simply shine light on your path, it restores you after darkness. This card is a sacred reminder that you are no longer in the season of spiritual survival. You are stepping into the light of fulfillment, visibility, and sacred alignment. You've done the shadow work. You've faced yourself. Now comes the integration, the part where life rises to meet you because you've shown you're ready to stand in your worth. It is important to understand that this kind of shift doesn't always appear loud. Sometimes, it's a soft invitation that arrives wrapped in subtle change. A conversation that lingers. A decision you feel peace about. A contract that finally comes through. A letter in your inbox you didn't expect. From the outside, others might call it luck. But you will know, deep in your bones, that it was spiritual timing, that every moment of waiting was actually divine preparation. And maybe you're wondering if you're truly ready. If you're equipped to hold what's arriving. The answer is yes, and not because everything is perfect, but because the grace on your life is not dependent on perfection. It's built on faith. Just as Scripture tells us in Galatians, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up. You haven't given up, and this is your due season. So notice what shifts around you between the 3rd and the 5th, stay open to signs, and grounded in prayer. What's arriving is not just for your hands, it's for your soul. You're not being given more just to have more. You're being entrusted with more because you've grown into someone who honors it, carries it with wisdom, and shares it without fear. If this resonates with you, take a moment to confirm it in the comments. Say, I am ready to walk through the gate. Your words are not passive, they are declarations. They tell the universe you are aligned. They tell your soul you are awake. They begin the shift even before it arrives. Now breathe deeply. The door is opening. Let's walk through it together. Scorpio, if you've ever wondered why your hard work hasn't seemed to match your outcomes, why your financial breakthroughs always feel like they arrive only to slip through your fingers, or why you sometimes feel as if something invisible is holding your abundance back. Know this: you haven't been forgotten. You've been in divine preparation. What appears as delay on the surface is often refinement happening at the root level of your energetic field. And now, as we move into the energy of November 4th, the release you've been waiting for begins to unfold, not just around you, but through you. In astrology, this shift corresponds with powerful movement in your second house, your realm of income, value, and material stability. Pluto, your ruling planet, has been excavating buried patterns of scarcity and control, while Jupiter, the cosmic expander, is ready to flood your field with new possibility. This alignment is not merely symbolic, it's energetic architecture. And just like any structure, it needs a clear and stable foundation before anything valuable can be built on top. The delays you've faced may have felt frustrating, but they were never punishment. They were permission to build something more permanent. Something that lasts. The Ten of Pentacles, the tarot card rising now in your reading, is a profound omen of generational wealth, rooted inheritance, and lasting success. It does not appear in fleeting or superficial moments. It arrives when the soil has been nourished for deep growth. It reflects not just a financial gain, but a legacy being activated. This could be a contract you've been waiting to sign, a long-held investment finally maturing, a surprising inheritance, or a resource being released that had previously been locked away. It may also look like a message, a decision, or a transaction that seems small on the surface but opens a door you didn't know you needed. Numerologically, the date 411 carries a powerful energetic signature. The number 4 represents structure, stability, and grounded responsibility, your roots. The number 11, considered a master number, symbolizes spiritual insight, higher purpose, and the awakening of unseen gifts. Together, 4 and 11 create a vibrational corridor where your financial world and your intuitive intelligence come into harmony. It's not just about what you earn. It's about how you align your income with your inner calling. This is a call not just to receive, but to reimagine your relationship with abundance. That's why I urge you to begin managing your money not just with logic, but with love. Money, like energy, flows best when it's respected, when it's tracked, when it's given a purpose. Write your numbers down not to control them, but to give them direction. Consider allocating a portion of your income to something that reflects your growth, a course, a healing session, a retreat, or even a quiet space to reconnect with yourself. Abundance flows most freely where it is met with intention. You are not being rewarded for hustle. You are being entrusted with harvest. And the more you understand that abundance is both a reflection and a responsibility, the more naturally it stays. Because true wealth, sustainable, soul-aligned wealth, only arrives when you've cleared the space for it to live. Let this be your reminder that your financial healing is not separate from your spiritual evolution. It is part of it. You're not just stepping into a higher income, you're stepping into a higher identity. And that identity is ready to own, hold, and honor what's coming next. If you felt that shift already stirring in your bones, if the timing feels too aligned to be random, that's because it isn't. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Scorpio, when it comes to love and connection, your sign carries the gift and often the weight of emotional depth. You feel everything, even what's unspoken. You sense the unsaid, the hidden intentions, the truths beneath surface gestures. And while this gives you a soul-level sensitivity that can build profound intimacy, it also makes you more prone to staying in relationships long after your spirit has outgrown them. The truth is, many of the emotional burdens you've been carrying weren't even yours to hold. You've likely spent much of your life feeling responsible for other people's healing, trying to protect their emotions, even when it meant silencing your own. But now, with the recent shifts in your energetic field and the cosmic alignments we've explored earlier, you're being invited to release that weight. Not out of bitterness, not from defense, but from clarity. This part of your journey is about choosing peace over guilt, sovereignty over self-sacrifice. Letting go of what drains you isn't an act of cruelty, it's an act of devotion to your future. And just as autumn trees shed leaves not to die, but to make space for new roots, you too are being called to release in order to renew. The relationships that once exhausted you may begin to fade gently. Conversations may end without closure, but with peace. You may find yourself no longer chasing connection, but attracting it simply by being your authentic self. This is not because you've stopped loving, it's because you've started loving yourself more honestly. And when that shift happens, the entire vibration of what you draw in begins to change. Some of you may feel the stirring of a new connect Iona soft presence, a person who sees you deeply without needing you to perform or explain. For others, someone from your past may return not in the same shape they left, but in a version of themselves that's finally aligned with your growth. Regardless of how love enters your field now, the important thing is this: it must come in alignment with your peace. You are no longer required to shrink in order to fit inside someone else's comfort zone. Love that costs your well-being is not love. It's a transaction of survival, and you've already graduated from that version of intimacy. The energetic colors that support your emotional heart this week: peachy pink and turquoise, aren't chosen at random. Pink speaks to tenderness, emotional softness, and inner warmth. Turquoise reflects healing, forgiveness, and the ability to speak your emotional truth without fear. Surround yourself with these tones. Wear them. Sleep with them nearby. Let them remind your nervous system that it's safe to receive affection without exhaustion. And if part of you still questions whether you deserve this kind of easeful, healing love, let me offer this. Love is not earned through struggle. It is received through readiness. And you are ready now, not because you've done everything right, but because you've finally started to honor what's right for you. Let this be the week where you stop proving your worth and start protecting your energy. Let this be the season where you stop repeating old love patterns and start rewriting your story. Love is not the reward, it's the reflection. And the more you show up as the healed version of yourself, the more the universe will reflect that healing back through others. If any of this resonates, allow yourself to breathe into the truth that you're allowed to walk away from anything that made you question your own light. You're allowed to receive love that feels like home, not a battlefield. And above all, you're allowed to be loved simply because you exist. No justification. No performance. Just presence. Just truth. Scorpio, you've always been someone who reads between the lines, someone who senses shifts before they become visible, who feels the undercurrent of truth before it's spoken aloud. And right now, something subtle yet incredibly significant is stirring around you. The energy of this season isn't just about what's arriving, it's also about what's being revealed. In your latest alignment, the appearance of the Seven of Swords doesn't come to frighten or accuse. It arrives as a gentle but firm whisper from the universe. Pay attention. Someone or something in your space doesn't resonate with the frequency of your healing. The truth is, not all sabotage comes in loud, obvious forms. Sometimes, it comes wrapped in false kindness. Sometimes it looks like support on the surface, while underneath it drains your energy, clouds your clarity, and derails your alignment. You may already feel this, even if your logical mind hasn't quite named it. It might be in how your body tenses when a certain message arrives, or how your mind races after a conversation that should have been simple. This isn't paranoia. It's perception. And your soul is signaling you to set new boundaries, not from fear, but from a deeper commitment to your peace. You don't have to confront anyone. You don't have to create chaos or call attention to the imbalance. But you do need to listen. Listening, after all, is how healing begins. When we listen closely to ourselves, our patterns, our intuition, our resistance begin to recognize where we're still giving access to people or energies that no longer honor the person we're becoming. And Scorpio, you've grown too much to keep giving your light to what only feeds on your uncertainty. This is why your healing now must be intentional. Not reactive. Not rushed. Intentional. The energies between November 3rd and 5th offer you a quiet window to reclaim your space and gently cleanse your nervous system from lingering attachments. This isn't about a ritual for show. It's about coming back to yourself through the simplest acts of love. Drinking warm water instead of caffeine. Turning off your notifications for a full day. Stepping into silence long enough to hear your own truth again. These aren't small things. They're sacred choices. And each one becomes a signal to your higher self that you are safe, that you are willing, that you are aware. Even your breath becomes a gateway. A 4-4-4 breath, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds held, 4 seconds out teaches your body how to live in stillness without fear. How to regulate your emotions without external validation. How to reset your energetic field without needing anyone else to approve of your process. This is the deeper work you've been moving toward, and it's happening now, not later, not eventually, now. You are not only healing yourself. You are breaking patterns that were passed down. You are choosing presence where others chose to run. You are choosing self-worth where others accepted survival. This is what makes you a cycle breaker, a lineage healer, even when no one else sees it. The strength you've developed wasn't born out of ease. It was born from your willingness to feel what others numb. That's not weakness. That's sacred resilience. Let this moment be a checkpoint, not a crisis. Let it be a turning point, not a breaking point. And if your spirit has been quietly asking if it's okay to rest, to release, to reset, this is your permission. It's more than okay. It's necessary. Because what's coming next needs the healed version of you, not the one still trying to prove your worth to those who never saw it clearly. You don't need to defend your light anymore. You just need to protect it. Scorpio, everything you've endured, everything you've carried in silence, everything you've questioned in the dark, it was never meaningless. It was preparation. A slow, sacred shaping. While others may have seen only struggle, the universe saw strength being born in you. And now, in this chapter, you are stepping into something much larger than personal healing. You are becoming a liberator of lineage. The patterns you're breaking, the scarcity, the silence, the cycles of emotional suppression or self-abandonment, are not just about you. They are echoes passed down through generations. And you, brave soul, are the one who chose to stop the echo. You are the one who said, "It ends here." The energy surrounding you right now isn't just individual transformation, it's generational evolution. In astrology, Pluto's influence in your chart as your ruling planet marks you as someone deeply tied to karmic threads and soul contracts. And when transits like this open, especially around a gateway like April 11th, it's not just a call for you to shift, it's a call for you to rise. You're not just healing emotional wounds. You're creating new emotional DNA. You're offering your future children, nieces, nephews, or even strangers you'll never meet a blueprint of what it means to choose freedom instead of fear. And that's the beauty of this moment. It may not come with applause. No one may see how deeply you've had to dig to pull out the roots of generational pain. But the impact? It's spiritual architecture. You're building something no one can take from you: clarity, boundaries, love that doesn't come at the expense of your identity. That's legacy. That's your quiet revolution. The signs are there if you're paying attention. The repeating numbers that seem to follow you from room to room: 111, 444, 911 aren't coincidences. They are confirmations. Reminders from your higher self that you are in sync with a greater mission. A dream that returns again and again may not be just memory, it may be a message. An old friend reaching out may not be random, it may be the past seeking closure so the future can finally move forward. Nothing is random right now. You are being supported, nudged, affirmed. Your soul knows what it's doing, even when your mind questions it. In self-healing work, this stage is what we call integration. After all the awareness, after the tears, the journaling, the transformation, comes the question: what do I do with what I've learned? The answer is, you live it. Every time you choose honesty over silence, alignment over approval, kindness without self-sacrifice, are living it. And every time you do, the universe expands through you. This is why your presence matters more than ever. You're not just a seeker. You're a seed planter. A cycle breaker. A bridge between the pain that was and the peace that can be. And that is a calling not everyone has the courage to accept. But you have. Quietly. Boldly. Fully. Let yourself feel the weight of that truth, not as a burden, but as a birthright. You were chosen not because you're flawless, but because you're willing. And willingness is the beginning of all miracles. So keep walking, keep showing up for yourself, even when no one claps. Especially then. Because that's when the deepest change is happening. That's when your light is doing its loudest work in the quietest way. Scorpio, you've walked with courage through this message, and I hope you felt deep in your spirit that this was never just a video. This was a sacred mirror. A quiet conversation between your higher self and the truth that's been waiting to rise. You see, you don't need to wait for someone else to validate your healing or announce your worth. You were not made to chase light, you were made to embody it. And right now, the universe is asking you to believe in something most people overlook: your own becoming. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are blooming. Sometimes slowly, sometimes silently, but always steadily. Every insight you've gained today is not just a whisper of hope, it's an invitation. Will you honor what you've outgrown by releasing it? Will you dare to receive what you once prayed for, even if it arrives in unfamiliar form? Will you believe that your financial peace, your emotional freedom, your sacred calling, are not just possible but promised? These are the questions that matter. And I want you to sit with them, not to find the perfect answer, but to allow space for your truth to emerge. Because no change ever begins without first asking, what do I believe I deserve? What if the only thing standing between you and the life you're meant to live is your willingness to say yes to it? And so I ask you, gently but with purpose, what would it look like to choose yourself this time, not out of fear, but from faith? What would shift if you truly let go of what no longer fits? Who might you become if you finally accepted that you're worthy of the miracle you've been waiting for? If this message stirred something within you, even just a flicker, don't let it pass. Comment below and write, I am ready to receive what belongs to me. Let those words be your beginning, your declaration, your alignment. And if you found light in this message, I invite you to support this space miracle of the sign by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with someone you feel needs a spark of hope. Because what we nurture here isn't just content. It's transformation. It's faith in motion. And your support allows this light to keep flowing toward those still searching in the dark. Thank you for being here. Truly. Thank you for giving your presence, your time, and your heart. You are the reason this channel exists. You are the living proof that the sacred finds us when we're ready, and that we don't need to be perfect to be powerful. Now, carry this with you. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. Let it begin. Let it unfold. Let it shine.